What brings delight to us is seeing the divine in the other, looking at a tree or a rock and seeing the divine, looking at our spouse and seeing that, seeing the love there, the eternity in that moment that we are when shared is delightful. It's wonderful. It's exhilarating, even. It's just, it's through letting go that we realize that. It's what you could call the way. The word Tao means way. The Tao Te Ching is one of my favorite texts. It's about how to live, really. It's about the Tao, which is eternally mysterious and unknowable. And yet, when we embody it, it has these certain characteristics or qualities of flow and harmony and nonviolence, non forcing, just allowing things to move forward harmoniously and peacefully, and being in relationship with difficult feelings sometimes that arise. Because just like having a meal that doesn't agree with you will upset your stomach, certain things in life can upset the physiology, can upset the mental or emotional sense of self that, again, is just an appearance, but we're living that. We are embracing that in a similar way that we embrace food if we want to stay alive. For someone who is seeing this, who has had this glimpse and wants the complete liberation, I would just say keep going. Learn to cultivate that insight, how to stabilize it, deepen it, give it time. Now, the paradox of saying give it time is that the way to give something time is to just allow it completely and not be concerned about time at all. Time is a state of mind. It's just practically speaking, it's when we're engaged in the practices that we, in a sense, find ourselves. We're not really aware of time. Liberation is the shift in identity from thinking to being. So if it's a figure ground reversal, it's going from a thinking based selfing ego activity, going from that to not that, from mind to no mind. It's not mindless like ignorant or nihilistic. It's utterly transcendent, pure awareness, one without a second. Is it that? No. It's beyond that. It's beyond anything we can say. We just use these phrases as pointers. If I have a stomach ache and I'm talking to you, I might say, I'm not feeling well, with the awareness that the I that's not feeling well is a fictional sense of identity that is not ultimately who I am. So the awareness that I am transcends that and yet includes all of that. The I that I am is not suffering in that moment. What I'm describing is really a sensation of gastric upset that's occurring in the body, and I'm not the body. The body is included in what I am, but I'm not limited by that. I am the very basis of all of that. The appearance of a disturbance or difficult emotion, sure, that can happen. It's an appearance. The Buddhists say that the nature of an appearance is dependently originated. It means that just like if I'm making a bunny shadow on the wall, I'm putting on a show for children maybe, and there's a bunny that I'm projecting onto the wall. It's dependent on certain conditions, the light, my fingers being in a certain obstructing relationship so that a shadow is cast, and then there's a wall upon which it is cast. All those things are causes and conditions that go into a sense of an entity that wouldn't exist without all of those relationships. So, because it doesn't exist without that matrix of relationships, it's called the relative. The relative has the same root as the word relate. So it's where we relate. That's what this world is. The relative is where we meet. And the objects that we use, including our bodies, are just conventions. They're passing phenomena. They don't have any true substance. They're not eternal and unchanging. They're the opposite of that. They're ephemeral and they're changing constantly. Everything is like that. And yet, who we are and that to which and as which we awaken is eternal and unchanging. We become liberated and then we are that. The realization is that and only that. The body then is not needed as a thing in itself. I'm not maintaining this body just so I can maintain this body. Because then what meaning does that have? What purpose? It leads to a certain despondency, like Sisyphus rolling the boulder up and down the hill. What's the point? The point is love. The point is a realization of truth and then shared with others, because there are no others. It appears that people don't know they are. On some level they do, and that's where we can meet them. There can be many layers of avoidance and denial and obfuscation. There can be manipulative tactics. There can be flat out lies. It doesn't matter. We see through that, and it's like the universe winking at itself. It's kind of poetic. I am that, thou art that. Whether you realize it or not, whether I realize it or not, that's what we are. It's just we wake up first so we can help others wake up to it.